first talk about the big story that we are focusing on. Once again, a devastating fire has exposed fatal lapses that we have seen repeat across the country. A deadly pattern is repeating itself. Time and again, similar fires have exposed the same pattern of lapses turning into mass casualties. Yet the outcome has remained unchanged. Lapses continue to act as a silent killer, resurfacing in one tragedy after another. And today's incident raises the same uncomfortable questions once again. How many more lives will it take before these warnings are acted upon? At least 15 people have been killed after a massive fire broke out at a coaching center building in Lucknow's Aliganj area. Several were trapped as the blaze spread rapidly. Look at your screens. Look at those visuals, disturbing visuals emerging, showing desperate escape attempts being made. Students jumping from windows and climbing down ropes. The fire raged for over an hour before being brought under control, and at least 15 bodies have been recovered from the site, from the building that was engulfed by fire. 4 people have been arrested now, including Tushar Krishna Jaiswal, Virendra Prasad Shukla, Ram Krishna Upadhyay and Suresh Kumar Sahu. The co-owner Surendra is still absconding. We're getting some breaking inputs now on the broadcast. UP Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath has called an important meeting which will take place between 5:30 to 6 p.m. this evening at his residence. LDA, fire officials, LMC, SIT and all other departments have been called in the meeting. So a high-level meeting there called by the Chief Minister of Uttar Pradesh, in which officials have been asked to be present. The Chief Minister, of course, will take stock of the situation. Let me go across to Adib, who's getting us more details. Action has been announced. Some arrests have been made. Tell us what is going to be the agenda of this high-level meeting, Adib.
Well, Swati, see, the agenda is simple. The Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath is closely monitoring the situation, and he has sought the details from the LDA about the action taken so far from January 1st, 2026, in which all they have the buildings that they have inspected so far, if they have taken any action on the ground, what are the follow-ups done by the LDA. And now the Chief Minister is not just focusing on this incident, but he is thinking about different aspects as well. And for that reason, Chief Minister has called this important reason, in which he has sought all the details from the LDA. Apart from the LDA, all the other departments, the important departments, will be present in the meeting with the CM. They will be presenting their reports, what all has happened in the past 24 hours. The main accused in this case, he has been arrested. Apart from him, 3 other accused, the co-accused, they all have been arrested by the Lucknow police. So a report will be given to Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath, and Chief Minister has sought the details from the LDA regarding their action, what all action they have taken in different cases where they have served the notices in the past 6 months, what they have done.
Adib, do stay on with us. Stay on with us, Adib. The UP government has ordered a 2-member SIT probe, while 4 officials have been suspended. The FSL team is on the spot collecting evidence, trying to determine what really triggered this deadly fire. The Lucknow Development Authority has also initiated an inquiry looking into the lapses. But what are the big questions? Let's take a look at the big questions. Who is responsible for this tragedy? Who has blood on their hands? Times Now is on the ground at the spot, bringing you every single update as it unfolds, tracking the negligence, the lapses, and the truth behind this devastating fire, standing with the victims and their families.
Times Now is inside this particular building. You can see the condition, how this building has been completely engulfed in flames. There is only one single entry exit point, as you can see in the visuals. This is the ground floor of this particular building. You can see the condition of the building. There are clearly several violations of the fire safety norms. There are only one single entry and exit point into this particular building. So you can see that how this particular building, where 15 people lost their lives, how this building, the people got trapped. There are only one single and entry exit point. There were certain violations, and there were no emergency exit in this building. Only single entry and exit point. Had it been there were many different entry and exit point, people would have been saved.
There are fatal lapses now emerging in the preliminary findings. A 3-floor expansion reportedly carried out without clearance, a fire department NOC missing for the property, and a structure with just a single entry and exit point. Preliminary reports also flag no proper emergency exit and concerns that a biometric gate system may auto-lock during the incident, further restricting escape of the victims. Let's take a look at this ground report that was filed earlier by Adib.
The forensic team has now reached the spot. They will be investigating this entire incident. We can see the director UPFSL, he has reached the spot, and now the forensic team will be investigating this entire building. The team of the FSL will go inside the building to investigate and to ascertain the cause of fire. Really led to the fire, how the fire ignited. So you can see in the visuals, these are the officials from the FSL. They have reached at the site in Lucknow where this fire tragedy took place. Now these officials will be going inside to track and to investigate what really caused the fire. So you can see that the individuals and the officers from the FSL team, they have reached at the spot, and now they are preparing to go inside the building with all the equipment. So you can see that now the FSL team will be carrying out their investigation to ascertain what really led to this massive fire. So you can see in the visuals, these are the members of the FSL team. They have reached the spot, and now they will be going inside to investigate as to what really happened when this fire took place and what really was the reason, what led to the fire. So these are the individuals from the FSL team, those who have reached this spot to investigate the matter.
So it's evident that there are lapses, that there has been criminal negligence. The big question is, where does the buck stop? The lens is now firmly on the owners of the facility and the alleged land deals. The Shukla brothers allegedly amassed crores through real estate and are currently under the scanner for the same. Times Now learns that Shukla brothers reportedly brought land from farmers at low rates and engaged in large-scale land plotting. So there are these lapses that are coming to fore and other angles as well related to the investigation. We have Kritika, my colleague, joining us live on the broadcast with more details. And these are the angles now that the investigating agencies will have to look into. As we speak, there is also going to be a high-level meeting in about half an hour from now.
Well, absolutely. That is what we're given to understand. Different departments have been called on to the residence of the Chief Minister. That is what is currently taking place. It's supposed to begin in just a few minutes from now. And accountability will be sought on the types of, in fact, lapses that have been noted over the last few years as well. Now, remember, 2016 is when a demolition order was given, but a revocation had also happened. So will there be a deeper investigation into the kind of officials and the circumstances that were involved in revoking that order is something that will be questioned. Now, there is a fresh claim as well that is being made by one of the victim's family members, who is in fact stating that there was an earlier incident of a short circuit as well, because of which we have in fact officials here. Mr. Ashish, sir. Ashish, sir, Chairman. धक्का कैसे दे रहे हैं? Sir, power department से questions है sir media के. Sir, power department has failed on its responsibility. Sir, multiple overloading issues were noticed in the Aliganj fire incident. 20 kilowatt capacity, but it has been repeatedly. You can see how, in fact, the security officials are behaving with the media right now. This was Mr. Ashish Goyal, the chairperson of the Uttar Pradesh Power Corporation Limited, the UPPCL, as people call it. We're at the Shakti Bhavan right now. And, of course, no questions answered. Rather, we were, in fact, pushed around by the security personnel as well. So this is how the details are also playing out. Remember, earlier we've spoken to the fire chief of Lucknow as well, who stated that it is not the fire department's jurisdiction even as far as the Aliganj building is concerned, because it is a structure of less than 15 meters. He also said that there is no, in fact, a provision in the system which allows for them to have a check on such buildings as well. We'd asked them whether local police can, in fact, do a tip-off. He said that he does not have any answers for that at the moment. So these are the top officials, Swati, as far as
officials running away from questions and the visuals. It's very evident that norms were flouted. The fire officials had to dig up holes to just get access to the building, to the area where the fire broke out, to in fact bring out bodies. That speaks volumes about the kind of structure and how norms were flouted. And clearly, no measures, no firefighting measures were there in the building. Kritika, stay on with us. A big allegation has also emerged now from the victim's family in Lucknow Fire Tragedy. Jyoti's brother Satyam has claimed that a short circuit in the air conditioning unit had previously caused a fire at the animation center, which his sister had reportedly informed them about. He alleges that the earlier incident was ignored and the matter was treated with negligence, raising fresh questions over safety lapses at the facility.
पहले तो पूरा घटना बता दीजिए कि कब आपको जानकारी मिली।
घटना में शाम को मुझे पता नहीं लगा, जब बहन ने देखा कि बहन ने न्यूज़ में देखा तो उसने कॉल किया बहन को, बड़ी बहन को।
फोन उठा नहीं होगा?
फ़ोन नहीं उठा, फ़ोन किसी और ने उठाया तो उन्होंने बताया कि है नहीं, तो हम लोग बस निकले देखने।
एनिमेशन की क्लास कर रही थी ज्योति?
एनिमेशन क्लास नहीं, एनिमेशन वो कोचिंग नहीं है, वो कंपनी थी, हेड ऑफर नहीं, कंपनी थी, प्रॉपर कंपनी थी।
तो उसमें क्या जॉब करती थी ज्योति?
जॉब ग्राफिक डिजाइनर थी।
सपना ग्राफिक डिजाइनर बनने का था उसका?
नहीं, वो ग्राफिक जॉब कर रही थी, सपना नहीं था, प्रॉपर वो कंपनी थी।
कितने साल से?
4 साल से काम कर रही थी। हाँ।
आप उसके भाई हैं?
हाँ।
आपसे छोटी थी?
छोटी, हाँ।
हालांकि मुख्यमंत्री ने कार्रवाई की है, 4 लोग निलंबित किए गए। आप लोग और क्या चाहते हैं, क्योंकि ये एक समस्या नहीं है, 15 जानें टोटल गई हैं और लापरवाही सबकी रही है।
अभी तो इतना दिमाग नहीं काम कर रहा है मेरा, क्या है, अभी तुरंत हुआ है, अभी इन्हीं सब में है अभी।
आप परेशान हैं?
हाँ। अभी यहाँ बाकी लोग भी 15 लोग टोटल लखनऊ के ही हैं।
फायर डिपार्टमेंट देर से पहुंचा, शायद जल्दी पहुंचता तो आज ये दिन न देखना पड़ता।
हाँ, पहले तो वहाँ इतनी सेफ्टी नहीं थी ना उस बिल्डिंग में, वो प्रॉब्लम थी।
As doors were reportedly locked, rescue teams had to break through walls and create openings to reach those trapped inside. Let's take a look at this ground report.
The rescue officials who reached on site in Aliganj to carry out the rescue operation in Aliganj, they had to dig around 2 holes in the adjacent building. At this particular point, as you can see that there are 2 big holes which were dug up by the teams of NDRF and the SDRF. They used these 2 holes to enter inside the building. As the front part was on fire, they were unable to get inside the building, so they started digging up these 2 holes to rescue people, to move out to the safety. And at the end, around 15 bodies were recovered from these 2 holes. The rescue officials, they entered inside this building using their oxygen masks with their oxygen cylinders. They entered inside this particular building and they recovered around 15 bodies. They were sent to the KGMU where the doctors declared them broad dead. But you can see the condition as to how the rescue operation was conducted at this particular site. When the rescue officials, they were unable to enter the building from the front side, as the building was completely engulfed in flames. They had no option, so they climbed onto another residence, and from there they started digging up these holes. And after digging up these holes, they gained access inside the building, and then they recovered around 15 bodies from this particular point of time.